Welcome back, everyone. We just had a snowfall, and that puts our total for the month to 7 inches. We average 15.5, so we are halfway through, and believe it or not, we're about halfway through the month, and we will tack on in Beckley another 4 to 5 inches of snow from the next storm system. We are tracking clear skies locally, but here's our next low pressure hauling out of the Rockies. We already have some snow starting to break out across the upper Midwest. This is a fast-moving system, and it's bumping into very cold air, so the snow ratios will be high, meaning as soon as it starts, it's going to accumulate. 15 in Beckley, 18 in Nashville. We are in the single digits across the northern plains, and we have a reinforcing shot of Arctic air that is spilling in behind the storm. Typically, low pressure systems tend to track towards where the barometric pressure is dropping, and we see that across the Midwest. So we are guaranteed to see this low continuing to move along the Interstate 70 corridor all the way through tomorrow evening. The first flakes start at 9 o'clock on Thursday, and then the snow will be heaviest overnight Thursday into early Friday. So you will wake up to 2 to 3 inches of fresh powder on Friday morning, the heaviest rates between midnight and 5 a.m. By the time it's all set and done on Saturday morning, the Route 19 corridor will have 4 to 6 inches. Summersville up towards western Pocahontas, 7 to 9 inches above 2,500 feet. And once we get into the Greenbrier Valley, 2 to 4 inches of accumulation. The highest numbers here, 4 inches, right along the Virginia-West Virginia border, above about 2,000 feet. Now, in the entire region, roads will be snow covered Thursday night into Friday, and most of the day Friday, and even into Saturday as well. We wake up to a heavy frost on your car tomorrow morning. The sun comes out, beautiful, and then boom, clouds roll in. We've got the snow heavy Thursday night into Friday morning, and behind it, Friday will be very cold with temperatures dropping during the day. The roads will still be snow covered, and we'll have occasional bursts of snow shower. So it's not going to be the steady snow that we see tomorrow night, but it'll snow for 15 minutes and maybe stop for 10 minutes and then snow for 15 minutes, and that'll be the general trend through Friday, most of Saturday, with wind chills on Saturday all along 10 below zero with wind chill advisories likely. That high pressure moves off the coast and we get a southerly wind and our temperatures will skyrocket. Now, one thing I want to remind you, you don't have to go to the grocery store and stock up on food for the next 6 months. What I recommend, and I mentioned this in the Facebook Live, is that if you have not put any air in your tires lately and your tire pressure sensor has not come on, chances are it will in this next Arctic blast, because for every 10 degrees we drop, we lose 1 pound of air in our tires. So if we drop 30 degrees, you're going to lose 3 pounds and your light will come on. Now, next week we warm up very, very nicely. We will be in the 60s by next Wednesday. Now, you will feel the storm tomorrow. The pressure will drop a bit, but then it starts to flatten out next week, so you're not going to feel too many aches and pains other than the fact that it's going to be very cold in the morning. That in itself could cause some joint and ache pains by itself. So there's the next 7 days. First flakes after 7 and 9 o'clock on Thursday, wind-driven snow showers on Friday, dangerously cold on Saturday. It'll be the coldest day of the year, 17 degrees on Sunday, and by Wednesday we are 60 degrees with a little bit of rain after dark.
Wednesday sounds like a nice little day. Now, I have a question. You keep saying that Saturday is going to be the coldest day of the year. 2023 or 2024?
The coldest day, I should say the winter season.
Okay,
and it'll probably end up being the coldest day of this year too. I don't think we're going to see a temperature below 8 degrees because statistically January, mid-January is the coldest period around here. So we get an Arctic blast in February, and I think we'll get another blast of cold air. Our climatological averages go up as they do across the northern hemisphere. So I don't think that cold outbreak is going to compare to this one. So yeah, I think it'll be the coldest day of the winter season and this year.
It's wild how cold the whole, this half of the U.S. has been this past week. I mean, we talked about those football games all week. It's so many super cold temperatures out there this past week.
Yep, it's that cold air coming straight from the North Pole down into our region that we talked about. I talked about it being around January 20th earlier in the month. Well, I nailed it, but it was a little bit earlier.
It's
Yeah.
a late gift from Santa, I guess. Thank
Exactly.
you for that, Chad.
Good
We
way
have
to
more
think of
news,
it.
weather, and sports coming up after the break.